Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you another Injustice 2 video. And in this video, we will be promoting Enraged Bane up to 5 stars. As you can see, we have 439 out of 440 fragments. Now, I could have gotten the 5-star Enraged Bane on August 25th, when all of my maximum recharges were done, only getting the 4-star offer for Enraged Bane, but we're going to be promoting him up within this video right now. So, this fight is probably the hardest fight still in the whole game, outside of possibly 723 Heroic, which has Horrific Scarecrow in it. And the reason for that is because of Chaos. Player heroes tag in at random. So, in this fight, the team has 201,107 threat, going up against a level 60 5-star Armored Superman, Emerald Green Lantern, and Enraged Bane. The biggest problem within this fight is you have no control over who you tag in, and unless you're running max defense players, you're going to get knocked out pretty easily. Also, the fact that if Armored Superman does his special 3 at the beginning, Emerald Green Lantern is basically going to eliminate himself. So if he does the flames, it's actually really good. Now I just don't care because it's Predator Batman, so he does do the fire. Let's actually get rid of his unhittable. So there is Dr. Fate. So Armored Superman is not that hard to deal with as long as he doesn't use a special 3 or a super move, both of which do pretty good damage. So Armored Superman takes a lot of damage and gets wiped out. Enraged Bane almost gets one shot. Emerald Green Lantern's in. Let's just armor up and get rid of him. So there's Emerald Green Lantern. We're going to armor up again. Predator Batman comes in and, well, we made this fight look like a joke. Enraged Bane is going to get eliminated. 5-star Predator Batman definitely dominating the competition. 1,240 XP, Harambe's headpiece, and 440 fragments towards Enraged Bane 5-star. Let's get another 5-star character. Alright, so my Enraged Bane is currently at 33,013 threat. And there you can see he's got 20% hero XP because I have been leveling him up in operations and also farming him in the campaign. I want to get him up to level 60. So there's the stats at 4 stars. 10,925 health, 1,371 damage. Defense is only 45%, crit chance 18%. So obviously if I get the defense up, he's going to get a lot more threat. Now, the Bane headpiece gets bad roll, so we're just going to shatter it. So I've got 900 health on the headpiece. On the chest plate, 15% crit damage and 4% crit chance. The crit damage is a good roll because 5% plus 0.5% of rank. The crit chance is not. So let's get rid of his other chest plate. The gloves, 4% defense, 4% crit chance, obviously bad rolls. On the boots, 7% defense, 7% defense. This is what I'd get the most threat leveling up. And the headpiece, 700 health, 4% defense. So while we do have enough defense, if we had level 60 gear, obviously we don't. But the optimal one is 3 defensive gear items and then possibly a talent. So now we're going to upgrade Enraged Bane. 50,000 credits spent. So Enraged Bane goes to 38,837 threat, about a 5,500 threat increase. We're going to upgrade his passive to 6 seconds. So that puts him at 39,259 threat. Now, both of his special moves are really good. The Knightfall is amazing because it can hit multiple opponents. The double punch is obviously a lot better. So let's get another talent slot. We don't get anything that actually increases threat, so let's get something that does. We get 5% hero XP, I don't think so. I'll take armor piercing if I can't get anything else. Because when you're dealing with people with 120,000 threat, there is a chance you are dealing with somebody with max defense. And that is a pain in the ass to deal with. 8% crit damage is not worth it. So let's try 4 more rolls. I think I'm going to keep the armor piercing. Alright, 6 crit chance is really good. So now we're at 40,094 threat for Enraged Bane, and he's a level 48. Let's upgrade his Knightfall, which will give us a couple hundred more damage. So we're at 40,145 damage. So let's go into the arena. Now, as you guys saw, we did do some fights with our A team. And for an idea of how strong my Predator Batman is, 103,927 threat. We still have a lot of work to do with our gear, so he's nowhere near maxed out. And he still has 2 levels to go, which is ultimately... I was waiting for level 60 to actually do Predator Batman. Not that it really matters, but we'll be getting that up over time. So, Enraged Bane would give me 215,127 threat. But, for this video, we are using our B team, Sub-Zero and Dr. Fate. We're going to save Primal Swamp Thing for Captain Cold and Batman. So, we're going to look for 120 to 130,000 threat, people. And we saw 123,000. I guess Donald Trump plays Arena, too. And Aquaman actually almost looks like Donald Trump, so that's a good portrait. My favorite one is obviously Harambe J. Trump. That name is just amazing. Alright, who had 121? Alright, so we have Z-Tune with 121,548 threat, going up against a level 65 star Predator Batman, 51 4-star Captain Cold, and 54 4-star Mythic Wonder Woman. So against Predator Batman, Bane has the disadvantage. Disadvantages don't really matter as much as they did in patch 1.1 when it was a 25% reduction of damage and how much damage you take. And actually, I think that would actually be better. I don't understand why everything in soft launch is better than hard launch. Like, you can see that they unnerfed the heroic fragment drop. They did have a 24-hour cycle in Arena, but back then it didn't matter. Captain Cold gets annihilated by Bane's Special 3. Mythic Wonder Woman almost avoids a sweep. So that Special 2 blocked. There's Predator Batman. And the cool thing about the elbow drop is that if the second hit knocks the opponent out, or the first, the elbow drop will hit another opponent. So let's use a hammer from Sub-Zero and get rid of him. Now, obviously, Dr. Fate is in the class of his own because the ability to make specials cost 2 less leads for some gross combinations. Like, for example, a 3-bar power drain from Aquaman. Even Green Arrow's power drain costs 2. Predator Batman's stun bombs cost 2. So, outside of the armor-piercing classes, Dr. Fate is in a class of his own as well. Because of that. Alright, so we have Crusader. Let's actually fight Stark. So we have a good chance of landing an elbow drop to hit multiple opponents. Now, obviously, if you're running Dr. Fate, there is an advantage using Bane's Special 1. It costs 1. Whereas the kick would cost 2 and the Knightfall would still cost 5. But the 5 is totally worth it. Right now we're kind of just cycling power. Catwoman doesn't have a lot of health, so let's actually wait for 5 bars. Because even blocking, she has no chance. Alright, there's Speed Force the Flash. Let's just get him down because we don't need more heal targets for Aquaman. So we're going to start cycling some power again. Hopefully Catwoman stays in. She's pretty squishy, which means we believe Aquaman is not. So there's the headbutt, and the elbow drop hits on Aquaman. Now, this is where things are going to get dangerous because Aquaman's going to be able to heal up quite a bit. He did some decent damage. Look at that heal. Aquaman doing work. The one counter to that is we could actually use Sub-Zero and power drain his clone. That's one way you can deal with that. So here stalling is probably the best play. If he does a super move, I'd be happy with that because he doesn't actually heal. So now we can probably freeze into a Bane Special 2 and get rid of him. Okay, there's a super boost. There's the freeze. And kicked out. Beautiful. But yes, when it comes to Special 1 and Special 2 from Enraged Bane, there are instances the Special 1 is better than the 2. Like if you need to knock somebody out and don't want to spend a lot of power. But generally, you want to focus on the 2 and 3 for Enraged Bane. They just do far more damage and a lot more useful. Let's go up against... Let's not go up against Scarecrow and Aquaman. Let's fight Loran 77. Most of the threat, as you can see, is in Mythic Wonder Woman, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This Wonder Woman probably has more than likely close to max defense. And if we run into this fight again, we'll check that. We probably should have checked it before the video, but it's not that big of a deal because we have Sub-Zero. Based on how we're hitting Wonder Woman, I'd like to say no to the max defense. However, Dr. Fate also reduces defense by 10%. So let's actually get to 8 power, and now we're just going to wipe out the other ones. We have a 35 hit combo. Dr. Fate annihilated. That elbow drop also wipes out Mythic Wonder Woman. So maybe they didn't have max defense. Maybe Mythic Wonder Woman was a high offensive character. But there you can see the effects of 20% XP. You're going to get 966 XP versus 805. So it's a nice increase. It's great for operations as well. And if you're using Bane in the campaign, that 20% XP will obviously level them up 20% faster. So now let's fight Ryu. That last fight obviously didn't really showcase Enraged Bane except the end where he just wiped 2 people out with the elbow drop. And that honestly is one of my favorite things about Enraged Bane. That elbow drop is just amazing. Begin. Let's cycle some power. We have the disadvantage against Batman using Enraged Bane. However, do not try to Supergirl takes an elbow drop. That takes out about 75% of her health. Now, in a situation like that, you do want to charge because the 2-bar is overkill. Let's get in Sub-Zero, who can probably take a shot or two from armor piercing. Mythic Wonder Woman not doing a whole lot of damage, so let's get rid of her. Unfortunately, the 3rd hit does not hit. I'm Batman. Bane takes a little damage there, but now he's unblockable. However, we have to be a little bit careful of the stun bomb. There you see the opponent tried to block.
There's no place to hide.
And because of the unblockable, even if Batman blocked, he'd have no chance of surviving that. Bane gets the victory. For those of you guys that are saying the Knightfall is a bad ability, keep in mind you're playing defensively. It is not a horrible ability. Keep it, and Super Block will still counter it. You cannot get through a super block, but regular blocked attacks, no chance of surviving it. I'm curious if we can find that Supergirl team. There is a decent amount of people at 120,000 threat. So, more than likely the answer to that is no. But yes, you can fish a little bit. Unfortunately, you're not going to find people too much higher than your threat. When you're at 200,000, it seemed to be a little bit more forgiving because we did see somebody at 240,000. So I imagine the higher your threat, the bigger threshold you're going to get, mostly because it's harder to find opponents. Let's fight iJustice for All. Obviously a Metallica fan. So this will be the final video that we do showing off Enraged Bane, and next we're going to be doing Harambe. Hopefully we can get a 5-star offer for him. If not that, hopefully for Bane. Alright, so Arkham Knight Batman does have some pretty good defense, which means spamming Special 1 is not a bad idea against that. Usually if you're dealing with somebody with high defense, use Dr. Fate and just spam Special 1s. Pretty good. Poison Ivy, as you can see, does not have a lot of defense. So dealing with her shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's elbow drop so the 3rd hit hits on Batman. Yes, it does. And then Dr. Fate can finish him off. So Blade Master Robin is in. Let's just do a special 2. That should be enough to get rid of him. Yes, it is. So yes, the special 2 does do some good damage, but the special 3, you obviously use that when you want to knock somebody out. And is the max XP 805 in Arena? Because I don't think my A-team even got more than that. So it's like 200 to 800 XP a fight. So there's a little bit of a cap to it. And it is less than doing campaign battles. So if you like this video on a 5-star Enraged Bane just north of 40,000 threat, please give this video a like rating. comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other Injustice 2 videos playlist, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono. And Harambe will be up next. have a wonderful day, kids.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe to the channel.